That's right. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are here live at Stadium Sports Bar and Casino under the stadium lights for another edition of the Coaches Show. And we want to welcome our guest, Danielle Woods of CMR Volleyball. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having us.
That's right. Round of applause. Thank you. And I am, as always, the team man, Richard Teeman. And so we are switching gears. We talked 2 full weeks of football, and now it's time for volleyball. And
most important sport.
Absolutely. I will say this, though. One, forgive me, I'm exhausted because my wife and I just got back from Seattle today after our anniversary trip, which was great. It's Victory Monday for me anyway, not so much for her. But it was a good trip. It was a long trip, but we're here, Coaches Show. And so with volleyball, I'm still learning, so forgive me. But I got to say that one of the best things for me about volleyball is that, so it's a women's sport, primarily. So men play, if you watch Top Gun. And then there's kills. It's the only sport I know that has a violent word like kill as an actual stat. Like, what does that even mean?
Kills. I mean, it's the best stat because it hypes all the girls up. So it's a kill. But anything can be a kill. So anything overhead is considered a kill. So if you tip it or set it and the other team doesn't get to it, it's a kill. But yeah, I never thought of that. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the girls they have a stat called kills and they get hyped about it, like you said. But it dawned on me because football does not even have that kind of stat like a kill, or they have tackles for a loss and interceptions and things like that. But so nonetheless, anyway, speaking of kills, looking back at last week, players of the game, Malia Allen, and she led the team with kills. There was 7 in that game over Capital, so that was good. And then we also had Eli Casper, quarterback for the Big Sky Eagles. So it was a great week. Schaefer Shovel went to Cade Williams of Big Sky. CMR over Capital. You guys got the sweep, 3-0.
Yep.
And then CMR lost to Sentinel on the road, 7-0, and 27-6 was the final for Big Sky over Great Falls High. East-West crossover. You guys did very well. What is the point or the purpose of a crossover?
So the East-West crossover is so that we have different teams travel down, so you play the other conference. So you've got your West Conference, which is what we're in, and then the East-West crossover, we play the teams from the East that come on over. So we played Flathead, Glacier, Capital, and Helena High.
Okay.
So it just gives you a chance. There's two East-West crossovers throughout the season, and it just gives you a chance to see all the teams on the other side.
But you guys did great. So what did you learn from that?
Well, you always learn everything from every match. You learn something. But yeah, we won all of our games at East-West crossover, so we're off to a great start. Couldn't ask for any better. Ready for some conference games, though. Kind of see how we shake out there. But you always learn something. And what I love the most seeing from this last Saturday was we always focus on certain things in practice, and everything we focused on the week before, we did absolutely wonderfully on Saturday. So it's wonderful to see that the girls are intentionally practicing and putting it into games. So It's good to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have you're off to 7-0?
7-0.
Wow. Okay. Had a hot start last year. What's going to be, I guess, the difference as far as keeping that this year in your mind? What you saw last year that maybe you guys weren't able to sustain that?
I mean, obviously, like I said, West Conference is tough. We know that, but we will be prepared for it. Obviously, we're happy to be on a great start, 7-0. Can't ask for anything better. But I'm gonna be pushing the girls, make sure we don't get lazy, make sure we're gonna keep intentionally practicing, learning everything we need to in the games. I do a lot of breaking down of film, so we'll kind of have our game plans going into each weekend or each game. So we'll just be focusing on those, and we're just not gonna take a break. We're gonna keep pushing.
Going to keep pushing. I like it. So I have questions for you. And like I said, I'm still learning volleyball. I understand the basic concept of it, but when there's stats like kills and then digs and assists and stuff like that, it's like, okay, so I want to pay closer attention to everything. But what is film study? Like, do you guys do film study? And how does that work for you? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, I have Huddle. So all the games, and pretty much every AA school has it. So we have what we call an automatic exchange, and it's wonderful. So the games are automatically filmed. I don't have to lug around a camera, which is wonderful. So they're automatically filmed and exchanged between schools. So then I have huddle assist. So there's a person that breaks them down. And then I cross-reference all the stats that I get against the film they break down. And this is going to be foreign to you, but a lot of the things I look at is our side-out percentage. So for that, for instance, when the other team is serving at us, there's a side-out percentage you get from that. And we've been focusing a lot on that because that's an area we need to improve. So I look at side-out percentage, of course, all the different digs, and then I break down the other team and pay attention to what's open on their side and who their big hitters are, where their big hitters' tendencies are. There's a lot of stuff to it, but a lot of people don't understand volleyball. So
see, the purpose of this one was so that I could learn from you.
Learn
Exactly. I mean, we could talk.
Well,
we
the goal
could talk about you and the team, but I
goal
want
is
to learn
to get
volleyball.
kills. That's the goal.
The most
passes,
violent stat in high school sports belongs to volleyball and the kills. I love
it. We had to stand out somewhere.
As far as the film study and then the strategy, okay, you watch the film, you get the huddle exchange. Like, what are you taking away? And I guess, what are you game planning for that you see from the other team?
So we see, I'll take their hitter tendencies. That's a big one. And then I like to, obviously, if I've got stronger blockers or stronger defense in certain areas, I'll match that up against their lineup. So I pay attention to that. And then look to where their serve receive has holes, or who they're not as strong serve receiver people are. We'll aim to go at them because we do a lot of zone serving. I'm sure you see me pointing to the girls and giving them things all the time.
Yeah,
so that's zone serving. So there you go.
Okay.
You learn something new. So yeah, I just look at all that stuff and try to pick apart their team and see where we can hurt them, I guess.
Now, it looks like, obviously, when you win, it's a great feeling, but you guys are on the same page. And what I mean by that is, so where I'm usually positioned to shoot volleyball highlights and whatnot is I'll be off kind of in the corner so I can see the full court, and I'll switch it up, usually, one team serving that way, and then, switch it so I see them coming at me. Mm-hmm. But I'll always catch the coaches, and I'll see you, and you're holding up and you're doing, something back here, like giving us, a pitch to the pitcher. And there was a few times where I caught you and you're just like, yeah. And so clearly there's a connection there. Like, what does it take to build that? Is that just time? Is that your team? Is that, your coaching?
It's a little of everything. These girls put a lot of time in the summer.
Yes.
The season was barely over and they were bugging me about open gyms. So that goes to show they don't take a break. But we spent a lot of time together. Summer, June, we do a little bit, but July we ramp up. We spent probably all 3 weeks of July together, 3 weeks out of the 4 weeks. So they put in a lot of time. So that is a lot of it. They're a very smart group. They have a very high volleyball IQ, which I love because I don't have to break things down as much to them. And that helps a lot. Yeah. We don't have to waste time. But yeah, they pick up. I just tell them, this is what we're doing. This is what I expect. They pick right up on it, and we practice it, and they're ready to roll. They're just very, very smart, and they pick up on everything pretty quickly.
So when you took over the program, I had gotten here and just witnessed the run by Patrick Hiller. Mm-hmm. And he's responsible for my wife's favorite sports quote ever, which is, I asked him, I said, so how did you guys get to be so successful? And he's like, I told him, I said, we're just going to practice volleyball until we don't suck at volleyball anymore. Yep, and you said that is so true. Truer words were never spoken. Mm-hmm. Like, you can relate to that, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. If you have a team that's going to put in the time in the off season is where you get better. You can only practice so much during the season because you have games and there's only so much time. But if you have a team that's willing to put in the time in the off season and at club volleyball and all of that, that's what's going to set you apart from other teams. And it goes to show that this town does that.
So clearly it's a tight-knit community. How well did you know Patrick before you took over the job?
Decently well, actually. I'm kind of following him. So he coached at Great Falls Central before I did. There was a couple coaches between us.
A few stops.
But then I started at Great Falls Central, and he'd been bugging me for a few years. He was like, "Hey, when I'm ready to step down, you want to come on over?" And I honestly, when I left Great Falls Central, I was like, nah, I'm done. And then, of course, he resigned and it opened. And I was like, dang it, Patrick. He knew I wouldn't be able to turn it down. So, and I was still thinking about it. My husband was like, just do it. You're going to regret it. And then I'm going to have to hear about it for the whole next year. So he pushed me to do it. And I'm so thankful he did. So, yeah, Patrick and I, we talk volleyball quite a bit back and forth. We'll now be coaching against each other. So that's going to be fun. We actually were just texting the other night about that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. He's a great guy to talk to, and he knows his volleyball, so it's fun.
Yeah, clearly, just keep going until you don't suck at it anymore.
I mean, it's what you got to do. It's what you got to do.
So you mentioned your husband. My wife and I, we've been together for 11 years now. And so how does that dynamic work? I mean, does he coach at all? Is he involved in sports, or is that strictly a you thing?
No, we actually met in college. He played college football at Western, and I played college basketball at Western. So we met there. We both come from huge sports families. And he coached for 3 or 4 years over in Polson. So yeah, he's been a coach before, so he gets it.
Okay, and I was going to say he gets it.
I think that's why he's so supportive. He gets it. He understands. But it's hilarious when I'm breaking down film. He'll be watching with me and just be like, well, why wouldn't they do this and do that? And I'm like, honey, that is not how volleyball works. He just doesn't have the volleyball mind. But it's really funny that he tries.
Yeah, it sounds like any couple that gets into sports but comes from their like respective sports, because she wasn't overly familiar with football, and so she'll ask me sometimes like, why, and sometimes it's a question that I honestly don't know. I was like, I don't know why they would do that. She's like, well, you're supposed to know. Between the two of us, you're supposed to know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be your thing.
But so you're the one that's coaching, and you said that you were playing basketball at Western?
I was a basketball girl, which is kind of funny.
So
but
where does the transition to volleyball?
I played volleyball too, and I really, really loved my volleyball coach. I'm still great friends with her to this day, and I think that's why I took volleyball on.
Okay.
She was a huge role model for me as I was growing up, and I wanted to give back and do that for the girls I coach. So,
do you think you could see yourself coaching basketball, or are you volleyball through and through now?
I coached basketball a little over the years, but no, I don't think I'll make the switch now. I think I'll stick with volleyball.
You're like, I've put in too much time and effort into this volleyball thing.
I'll coach my son's basketball team, but that's about as much as I'll do.
Fair enough. Well, so we talked about kills. You guys get film in the huddle exchange. So when you coach and you prep and you're doing, week to week, each opponent is different. I mean, other than making sure that the fundamentals are like second nature, that everybody's getting it down. Like, what does Danielle Wood's volleyball look like? Like, what is your vision for the program and what you want to have them take away from it?
Well, as soon as I came in, I was always preaching one thing. Because obviously there's 5 teams.
Yeah.
You've got 5 teams at AA. And I always preach we're one team. Obviously, varsity is the only one that can go to state and do a whole lot, but you cannot build a strong program without starting with the younger kids. So that is always one thing I've always focused on it wherever I've coached. So putting the time in with the young ones. Otherwise, when these talented, smart ones leave, if those young ones don't learn, then the program's not going to go anywhere. So that's one thing I really focus on, is building from the ground up, is what I call it.
Okay. There are some teams where, I've been at the crossovers and I've been at individual games. And I remember there was one team, I want to say it was West. It was one of the teams over on the east side where they had 2 girls that were like 7 foot tall. They weren't 7 foot tall, but I mean, they towered, right? And it's like that, God, in a sport like this, like that's all you need. Like, how do you strategize against that? Like, what is the strategy there?
There's I can't give you all my tips, but there's things you can pick out in film.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if you're tall, it's going to be hard to get around them, but there's so many different things. If their block isn't set right, you can tool the block. You can shoot the gap, and they'll be slow to get there. There's just so many things. You might have the height, but if you don't have height and quickness, you can still pick something out that you can drill into and still come ahead. So it's always something you can find.
Well, she's one of the more bubbly players I've ever talked to, Malia Allen. But watching the highlights, she was angry on some of those kills. And they were kills, because I remember I was like, God, like you watch them back and you're like, that was aggressive. But I mean, how aggressive do you hope they get out there?
Oh, aggressive. Oh, yeah. No, they're competitive and I love it. Sometimes in practice, I got to be like, whoa, chill, girls. But I am one of the most competitive people. So I love it. I secretly love it. I want them to go out and just have that mentality.
As a coach, how do you keep the competitive spirit? because it's on them question. At that point. You know? Like you've put in the work as a coach, teaching them, building them, and now it's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to lose, so I'll keep pushing them, and I don't really have to push this group when it comes to games because they don't like to lose either. We're on the same page on that one. But sometimes, yeah, you can get in a lull. So to find, I try to find, like in practice, we run a lot of competitive drills, so that they keep that competitive edge all week rather than just waiting and hopping into a game and they're expected to be competitive. So that's where I said sometimes I'm the mediator in practice, but if you're playing a game, it's got to be a winner or loser. I mean, you can't tie everything. So
except in soccer, apparently.
Soccer.
There were 2 ties. I couldn't bring myself to do a player of the game, and we got to figure out something for that because that's the second year in a row now that's happened. Now, I told the kids, I said, look, realistically, if it was nothing, I could do it for both goalkeepers because, they kept it out of the goal for 2 40-minute halves. But I said, if it's 3-3 and somebody has a hat trick, maybe you do that player, even if it is a tie. But 1-1, I mean, how do you how do you do that? So I got to talk to the coaches. We got to figure something out because I still have yet to do my first soccer player of the game, and it's not for lack of trying. I mean, they tried, and there were moments where like, yes, we have a goal, and I'm not cheering for either team, but I'm like cheering for there to not be a tie at that point.
Somebody wins.
Just to clear up any confusion, I'm not cheering for either team at soccer. I'm cheering for there to not be a tie. Okay, that's what's happening. That's what you're seeing there. But yeah, it's I'm just glad that you feel that way about there's got to be a winner and a loser. And you guys are winning a lot. And so now you look ahead at the schedule. Is there an opponent that you have that you feel like, okay, that's our test? All the work we've put in, the senior class this year, what they've learned, what I've taught them, and how real we are. That's our test. Is there a team?
Like I said, West Conference all of them are tough. I mean, every single one of them, it's whoever's going to show up that night to play is who's going to walk away with the win because they're all tough. But of course, I would love to see state champs, Gallatin. That's the one I want to see the most. So I like playing them. They're fun to play.
All right. Well, we are once again live at Stadium Sports Bar and Casino under the stadium lights for the Coaches Show. I'm joined by Danielle Woods of the CMR Rustlers Volleyball. We've got 2 players coming up. I have posters to give away just like I do at every Coaches Show. The coach and the players are going to sign them. I've got my master copy that comes with me to everyone. But we like to give them away. So I always stump people with my trivia because I realize that not enough people follow the F.A.N show's history to know the trivia. I try to keep it relevant to the school, but you just mentioned one that's actually a good one. Who was the first volleyball player of the game? It was not a Great Falls High or CMR player. It was actually a school you just mentioned.
Gallatin?
Yes, it was. It was Gallatin. Does anybody know who the player was? What? No.
How many years ago was it?
It was last year.
Oh, last year.
Yeah. Maybe.
Taylor Speak.
Taylor Speak. All right. You can give a poster away to whoever you want. We'll have to. Do you have a trivia question I could ask them for the next one? Because I stump them.
Oh, I'm not good at trivia.
Okay, we'll think of something for the next.
I'm the one that hides my phone. Is like, all right, Google, give me the answers. I'm terrible at trivia.
All right, so before we get to Kaylee and Malia, it is time for our favorite segment on the Coaches Show, which is fishing for compliments with Coach. So we have our fish bowl here and our fishing rod, and you are going to fish out one of the fish in there. Oh, all right. What's the number on it?
Number is 3.
Number 3. Oh, that's the style one. All right. So for both of our guest players, give them a compliment about their style.
Their style.
How styling are they?
Oh, that's funny. They're always styling. Their hair always looks good. I love it when they do their hair all pretty for games. Oh, nope. I got one, girls. Their style that I love is the new tall socks for games.
Wow. Okay.
They just brought it back this
year. New tall socks for games. Okay. All right. I like it. Well, then we will welcome it. Do you know who's coming up first? Did you guys rock, paper, scissors or something? Who's it going to be first? Oh, is it Kaylee? Okay. All right. Well, we will thank you, Coach, very much. One more time,
you.
Coach Danielle Woods of the CMR Lady Rustlers, 7-0 start. Thank you so
for
much.
having me.
And we will be right back with more of the Coaches Show after this.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors. The Burger Bunker, located at 24 5th Street South here in Great Falls and open Monday through Saturday. It's my personal favorite burger in town. I like the island. Stop in and tell them the F.A.N show sent you. Burger Bunker, no frills, just deliciousness for your inner burger lover. Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today. 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. And finally, CM Russell Superfan and Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are back, and I am joined by, let me get the graphic up here. I'm sorry, I forgot. Kaylee Schultz. How do you say the last part?
Pelagi.
Pelagi. Oh, I was going to butcher that.
It's
Thank
easier
you.
Schultz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kaylee Schultz, and you are a setter.
Yes.
So, in what year? Senior?
Yep.
Okay, one of the captains. So,
Yes.
sum up your tenure as a Lady Rustler volleyball player now that you're in the home stretch of it.
Sum it up. Okay. It's been this isn't my main sport, but I have really kind of felt comfort in volleyball. It's where I go and play and I don't get that like gut feeling like for basketball, like I'm everywhere, but for volleyball I just feel super comfortable, and the girls and the dynamic of it is just super different. So growing up, I've learned to really love it in that way.
Well, you must be pretty good, even if it's not your main sport. If you're a captain, you know, your senior year.
Yeah. I get my setting from my mom. So,
oh,
yeah.
Shout out to the moms.
Yeah.
Yes. Love the moms out there.
Oh, yeah.
That just melts the heart.
Oh, yeah.
Brownie points. I see
She
it.
was a setter, so. Yep.
So 7-0 start senior year, but this isn't uncharted waters because you guys started pretty hot last year. In your mind, like what needs to be the difference maker from like a player point of view? Like what do you want to see from the team around you to keep this thing going?
Definitely our energy, but honestly, our energy is super good as it is, and I think that's what differs from last year, honestly. And the way that we all connect, like I feel like when we're on the volleyball court, we're all moving together, and if one person makes a mistake, we all just move on. That I just think that's what made us different, and that's what we need. And as long as we don't dwell on the mistakes, we'll be perfectly fine, I think.
Perfectly fine. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, bold proclamation, but I appreciate it. So East-West crossover, it's always a fun event. You guys play a lot of volleyball. I mean, what is that one of your favorite things about the season or the least favorite? Because it is, at the end of the day, a lot of volleyball that you guys have played.
Yeah. I like it. It keeps me in shape. Sometimes like during the summer, the 2 days really got me going, especially at like 6 a.m. We got to go run for the first part of it and then volleyball later on. But especially becoming a senior, I've realized like I can't take that for granted anymore. Like I have to realize that like I really do love it and cherish every moment that I get to play it.
So you said volleyball and basketball?
Yeah.
And basketball is your primary?
Yeah, and I also play softball.
And wow, okay, so we got a three-sporter here.
Yeah.
Way to go, Coach Woods.
Yeah.
So basketball, volleyball, softball, or
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
in that order. So, I mean, obviously with basketball, if that's your primary sport, you're going to want to, go to a deep run in the postseason, probably a state title if you can.
Yeah.
But volleyball, I mean, you're on a team that could do all of those things. Is it going to be just as good, even if it's your second favorite sport?
Yes, actually, I'm I'm trying to get to state in all three of my sports. So
Wow.
yeah, that's my goal, is to try to I think we can do it, but I'm just really excited about this season, like for volleyball and the way we started.
Kaylee wants to go to state in all three of her sports. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. Let's get more of
Yeah.
that. Whatever you have for breakfast, I will have some as
Okay,
well. Because I need that kind of energy each day. I'm going to go tackle not one, not two, but 3 things this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be a lot.
So who's your, we love rivalries. Obviously, there's Crosstown, which will come up in October. You guys
Mhm.
always get excited for that. That's always a lot of
yeah.
fun. But is there another opponent that you're just like, oh, man, like I don't even care if it's like, 25-2. Like, I just want to go and just smack them around a little bit.
I have 2, but West has always been
I knew you were gonna say
our
West.
one that we just have some beef, and we just, in every single sport like that I play, we always want to beat them. And then obviously Gallatin, because they're new and they came in, and it would be nice to try to knock them out.
Okay. Yeah, there's something whenever I talk to the University of Providence girls, their basketball team, there's something about a Carroll win, like whenever they play Carroll. And then I talked to Tech, and there was something about a Carroll win, and whenever they play Carroll.
Yeah.
Billings, any team there, but especially West, I think is that for like everybody on this side of the state, like CMR, Great Falls High. Like, it doesn't matter if you can beat a Billings West team, then you're like, I'm good for a little bit.
Well, those girls are huge. Like, they're massive. And so, yeah, it would just be great.
All right. So as a setter, walk me through kind of, your warm up. And then when you go out there, like, what is your job?
My job? For warming up, I try to make sure that my head's right and try to remember to set over my right eye, as Coach Woods always tells me. So, and then my main job is to try to just place the hitters in the spot where they can be most dominant. And I try to look at the block all the time, especially when there's 2 giant blocks in the middle. I try to open it up so then the middle can get some action. And so I just try to mix it up as much as I can and just be as sneaky as possible with my hands and sets. So that's kind of my mindset, is to just be as like mysterious and sneaky as I can and try to confuse the block.
So is it your job to kind of like set, someone like Malia up for a kill? Like, is that the combo? Oh,
yep.
Okay. I like it.
Kill.
Yes. I'm learning. I told you I'm learning. Yes. Volleyball.
Yeah.
All right. Pre-game ritual. What do you got to do? What gets your head right? Because you mentioned that was a big thing.
Yeah. Probably just thinking in my head, like, my main metaphor or saying that I always say is life goes on. Like, no matter what, it happens and life's just gonna move on. So in my head, I'm just like, no matter what the outcome is, you just have to move on, keep going, and get a win. Like, in my head, I just imagine myself winning. I just replay in my head just like us doing great things, and that's kind of what settles my nerves, is just thinking about that and like what I can do in this situation, in that situation, and just like how to react to all those different things. And that's kind of my pregame ritual, and that's what helps my nerves.
I feel like I'm talking to a Tom Brady of volleyball right now. I just picture myself winning, and I go out there and I do it for all 3 sports that I'm really good at.
A lot of the time it doesn't really happen sometimes, but it helps.
Okay. So is it the same, I guess, pregame routine for all 3 sports, or do you keep it different, suited to each one?
For volleyball, I would say definitely just like volleyball happens so quick, and you have so many moments where you can just like remake up that one mistake. So it doesn't really get me that nervous. Basketball is basketball. That really gets me. So I really try to be like, it's okay, things happen. Like, just try not to airball. I don't want the student section screaming airball at me, but that one I really just try to think about me doing everything I can, like, right. Like, those are my steps. And then softball softball's super like individual. When you're up there, you obviously are as a team, but like hitting, it's just you up there. So I just tried to think to myself like that's where life goes on really comes in my head. Because honestly, it's just like you have to move on. And if you stay stuck, then you're just going to keep going.
So I'm going to venture a guess because I don't know. You're either a designated hitter or a pitcher for softball.
I'm actually an outfielder for softball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I was
then,
like, this girl is going to be a pitcher.
I used to pitch, if that helps.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Playlist. What's the number one no skip song?
No skip song on my playlist.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Doesn't matter how many times you've heard it. If that one comes on, you've got like, a minute left, but it's a 3-minute song. You're like, I don't care. I can't skip this song. Like.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Yeah. Now we're getting to the hard.
Probably. Yeah. This one's rough. Probably Clarity.
Okay.
And
I don't know it, but okay.
Oh, okay. Or like No Fear. Have you heard that one?
Maybe.
It's like it's good.
Okay. All right. I will add both of those to my playlist.
You should. It's like girly though. It's just like it gets me pumped.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, it's like happy.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, as far as, you guys in the locker room, when it comes to, I remember Hiller was never big on like team bonding. Like he said that, I let the girls do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't oversee or plan anything specific or whatnot. So I just kind of let them do their thing. Like, what do you guys do for team bonding?
A lot of the times we have like little get-togethers at someone's house. So we'll go plan that. And then we'll go to someone's house and we'll just have a big like pasta party or taco bar or something. And we all just hang out. Or sometimes like, I remember at like Melissa Allen's, we would do like, we painted pumpkins and we did like some crafts and stuff together. So that's mostly what we do as like a ritual for us, I would say. Like before big games, we would do that. And
you guys need to have like Mario Kart parties where there's a winner at the end of the night and you just keep that going throughout the season.
We should, honestly.
There's a Mario Kart tournament poster in the game room behind me, and so now I'm just thinking, that's how every team should be. Is just
I think we take it too seriously this one.
So that then, like, whoever you beat, they have that little extra at the next practice or the next match, where it's just like, I can't, like, you hit me with that shell, like, right when I was about to cross the finish, and I'm pissed. I'm going out there.
Yeah, like, right? You're like,
that's the kind of team bonding that I see.
Really fuels you.
Oh, and once again, we are live at Stadium Sports Bar and Casino for the Monday Coaches Show. We talked for an hour with the coach and some of the players, and we got Monday Night Football this week. First time, 7-0 Bears. If you're a Bears fan, sorry, Mr. Allen, he's rolling his eyes. Had a great weekend. I went to Seattle for my anniversary, and now we're catching up. We're back on schedule with everything. So, East-West crossover, what was your biggest takeaway as far as you personally and where you're at skill-wise in the season?
Oh, I definitely think we're just like a big step ahead of them.
Wow.
Kind of.
Okay.
Just because it's always like that, though. Like when we play kind of the East-West crossovers, it's kind of like that. But we definitely learned how not to play to someone's level, and we kind of learned how to just like execute. And there was like one set where we played to their level and we were like, whoa, like we can't do that as soon as like conference games start coming. So I think that would be our like biggest takeaway from that, is just not to play to their level and play to ours.
Okay. It can't be Malia, who's a teammate that you lean on the most.
Oh, it can't be?
It can't be.
Oh.
No, that's too easy. That's easy.
Okay.
We got to go a little harder here. So who's a teammate that you lean on?
Probably Riley Myers.
Okay. I knew that was going to be probably the next guess. I was like, she's going to say Riley. Okay.
Yeah.
Last question for you. How did practice go today?
It went great. We did some.
She said it went great, and I instantly looked at you.
We had to wake up a little bit. We did a little running, but then we performed really well afterwards with our serve receive. So that was really good. And we did some mental fitness with our counselor, which was really good. And I think, are definitely ready to like play some real volleyball tomorrow. Like really go at it.
All right. So for another poster to give away, who was the first CMR Rustler volleyball player of the game? It was last year.
Raymond?
Ah, there we go. Okay. Got another poster to give away out there.
Wow.
So make sure that you sign the copies there, and we'll have Malia and the rest of the players do the same, and we'll get those to everybody. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. I'm learning so much more about volleyball thanks to you and Coach Woods. You guys have a killer squad, so I'm very excited about it. And yeah, I just hope the best for you guys. Who's next up on the schedule for you?
We're gonna play Billings. So it's our overnighter. I don't think we play West though. No, it's
the other Billings school. They're not intimidating Billings school. Got it. Okay.
But I think we're ready, but we know how to adapt to each team.
All right. She says they're ready, and
we'll see how it goes.
That's how we're gonna wrap it up with the amazing, charismatic Kaylee Schultz, the setter. Thank you so much. One more time for her. Give it up. Thank you, guys. And we will be right back with Malia Allen, player of the game, after this.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors. The Burger Bunker, located at 24 5th Street South here in Great Falls and open Monday through Saturday. It's my personal favorite burger in town. I like the island. Stop in and tell them the F.A.N show sent you. Burger Bunker, no frills, just deliciousness for your inner burger lover. Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today. 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. And finally, CM Russell Superfan and Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, and we are back to round out the Coaches Show Volleyball Edition. Malia Allen, Defensive Specialist. That's what your coach told me. How do you like that title?
That's great. That just means you play back row and
It's a great title. It just means that you don't do as much as you'd like to do, but
what do you mean?
You said back row. Like that sounded like it was not a great thing to me.
I'm
learning volleyball.
Back row is just when you're back there digging the hits, which I love it.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing in college.
Fair enough. Okay. You threw me for a curve there. All right. So we are back with Malia Allen. She was player of the game for the first girl player of the game in the 25-26 sports year, and the volleyball second Rustler of the year. So, you had a great match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great match. 3-0 against Capital, 7 kills and then 6 digs. You were again, like I told Coach, you looked a little aggressive there with some of those kills, but I think that's just how you play, right?
Yes, that is how I play. I think that's just my way of getting my kills is being aggressive. Like if I was wimpy, then I wouldn't be able to get it.
You can't have wimpy kills. This isn't Call of Duty. All right. Well, a special surprise for you because I didn't have a chance to post it like I normally do because we were in Seattle for our anniversary, but you will be the Fire Performance of the Week as well, presented by Fire Artisan Pizza. So you guys can watch for that highlight video coming up. It's just, like I said, I'm learning volleyball and, I was watching and I'm not sure what to watch for. And when I went and talked to Coach about like who the player of the game would be, I was like, so I'm thinking number 5. And she's like, well, let me see the stats. She's like, oh yeah, number 5. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting this. So that's good. All right. Senior year. Yes. And you're going to commit to Carroll.
I'm committed to Carroll.
You are committed. Okay. To rejoin your sister, Nora, who, like I said, I've had the pleasure of talking to. And now you're going to go. You guys are going to be reunited. And does it feel so good? Like,
It feels great. I think deep down I knew I was going to go there because my sister is like my biggest inspiration, and I just love playing with her. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to say this, and it's something that I, observed, and I said, I watched Nora along with that squad because they were coming off that state championship, and there was a lot of talent on that roster. And I said, she's really good. And then, Carol comes calling, and then she signs with them. And I said, you might be on track to be a little better. I mean, have you heard that from anybody else?
Yes.
Oh, the parents right now are just like, oh man.
But she's a lot smarter than I am.
Okay, so. There we go. There's the difference maker right there. So 7-0 start. I mean, how are you feeling as far as where the team chemistry is at, as one of the captains, as a defensive specialist, all that?
I think we're looking great. I think this is the year where we're all connected. Like, there's not anyone on the team that I dislike or don't like playing with. I love them all, and I'm glad this is my last year that I can spend with them. So. You
mean on a team sport in high school, on a girls squad, not everybody likes everybody? This is news to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are meshing so well, and that obviously you feel like this is the squad. What was the switch in your mind? Like, when did it?
From last year?
From last year to this year, where it's like, you said this team feels like we're just all on the same page and that we get it.
Well, I think there's no difference between if you're a senior or you're a freshman. We have a cute little freshman on JV named Maddie, and she's the cutest thing. But I don't think there's a difference between if you're a senior, junior. I just like how we're all a team together.
Okay.
Like, there's no difference between what grade you're in. I think we all play well together, and we're all very talented. And I think that just separates us from a few years ago and last year too.
So then, comparing it to other years, like, what is the one thing that stands out to you as far as your guys' chemistry now?
I think I just enjoy my class, and I enjoy classes from last year. Yeah, so the senior class, they're filled with my best friends. So.
Do you think if you weren't 7-0, if there was a few ticks in the loss column, that you guys would still be having this much fun? Like, have you guys overcome the relying on wins to have fun with the sport?
Yes, but we love winning. So we hate losing. We hate it. So especially coach. So.
But who likes losing though? I mean, come on. Okay.
After a loss, it's very hard. So, but after all these wins, it's great, and we're very confident. But we're not going to let our egos get too high. So, yeah.
How often, if at all? I mean, you guys could be, living in your own separate worlds right now, and that's very understandable if you are. But with you and Nora, I mean, do you call her up and be like, "Hey, we've got this team coming up"? Like, do you have any thoughts? Like,
it's a lot.
Them or anything?
It's a lot different from when she played, but I FaceTime her every day, talk about everything.
Oh, that's good to keep that relationship.
Sometimes she doesn't answer me. So, Nora, if you're watching this, answer my FaceTime.
Nora, answer your FaceTimes from your sister, please. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she'll get it. All right, pregame. What's the ritual? Has it changed? And what do you?
No, I just love having a dance party with my teammates, and we listen to sad songs, like pump up songs. Like, I think it's just on the vibe for that day. But usually I get better with pump songs.
See, I would have figured that you're somebody that listens to like angry music before a match because of how aggressive that you play. I was like, oh, she listens to angry music. Like,
well, sometimes, yeah.
What's your no skip song on the playlist?
Dance party. It's shots. It's true.
Okay. All right, and that'll do it for it. The coach said, "No, that's fantastic." Yeah. What have you learned the most in your time that gives you the confidence you have as a senior?
Oh, I think learning from my sister and their senior class. They were very much big leaders to look up to, and they were great. And then my sophomore year, those seniors as well, and just kept going on and kept learning from a bunch of different people because they had different aspects of doing things. So I think just learning from grades above me and teaching myself how to be a good teammate and how to be a good leader and not to be selfish too. So.
And how excited are you for Crosstown?
So excited.
And that you get two of them.
Yes, and my best friend's on the other team. So.
Who's that?
Bree McDonald.
Oh, Bree. Yes, another McDonald. That's great. So when it comes to Crosstown, you guys obviously always have student sections. It's my personal favorite. I'm not picking a favorite between the two schools. I'm just saying for this situation,
it's okay if you do.
For this situation in particular, I do like basketball and volleyball at CMR because I like when the student sections are side by side and not across from each other at opposite ends. Because sometimes you guys just get, I don't want to say ugly, but sometimes you get after each other.
A little bit, but I love having our student section there. It definitely helps us with our wins, and not a lot of people notice that, but with that much excitement, that much energy, it makes us a lot better on the court. So
yeah, I was, when you guys played Capital, it was a packed student section, and that was just a Tuesday night, right? So shout out student section.
Yeah, shout out to the freshmen too. Usually not a lot of them show up, so I really appreciate them coming too.
You guys feel like that's a testament to your guys' success as a team, is getting more people to be like, I want to watch this volleyball.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
That's awesome. Well, what's your favorite team building exercise that you guys have done over the years?
Oh, probably. Okay, my freshman year in basketball, we did this game where, what was it? It was like putting a lie. Remember?
Oh, 2 truths and a lie? Is that?
No.
One lie.
And then you had to, my mom like pulled out a jar and you had to guess who it was. I think that has been my favorite, even though I was a little freshman.
Well, you guys have solid team chemistry. But how did practice go today for you? No.
It was all right. Well, we had a very good mental talk with Badesky with our team, so that was great. And then we went to practice a little lazy, a little tired. So
there we go.
Then we
There's
ran.
That leadership honesty.
We ran, and it really made us do a lot better. So yeah.
It's funny how running will do that to a team, right?
Yeah.
Just let them run for a little bit. They'll get it. They'll come back better.
Yeah, it does. So.
Well, when you study up on an opponent as the defensive specialist, which is a huge part of the game, like what are you trying to take away from film, from your talks with coach? I mean, what's your game?
I try to take away where they hit at, if they hit more cross, if they hit more line. Also the blocking situation. So my lib and we would go cover them. So as soon as, like, let's say Taya went and hit, we would go behind her to cover her if there's a big block. So just like noticing how the other team plays, and there's certain teammates that play. If it's a hard hitter, you go a little bit up more because they can hit down more, and just to be ready for that.
Is there ever a moment where it's not about trying to get the kill in the empty spot, but just like, I don't care if it goes through her face, I'm getting this ball over the net?
I mean, whatever works.
Wow. Okay, whatever works. So other than a state title, I mean, what do you want to take away from your experience as a Lady Rustler of volleyball before you go to the next level and play with your sister, Carol?
Just having fun and realizing this is my last year at high school with some of my best friends, and moving on to the next chapter, but make sure focusing on this season and trying my hardest so I can go away with a good note.
So Kaylee, who... Hi, there you are. There was a comment for you that said, great job, from Gina Moss. Yeah, great job, Kay. Anyway, you want to throw that out there. But she said she has to mentally lock in before a match. And you guys are seniors now, and there's a lot going on. I mean, you guys are going to have prom and all the formals and all the wrapping up your high school career. So how do you how do you get locked in and then stay locked in with all that going on?
I think volleyball is just my number one compared to everything. Like, I love doing other activities, going to football games, but volleyball has always been my sport since I was 10. So it's quite easy for me to lock in because it's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite hobby. So there's no going out onto the court and then thinking like, did I get the right dress for the winter formal, or should I have gone with the other one? Oh, no, I don't worry about that at that time. I never know when it happens because my mind is the kind that works where that would happen to me. I mean, not about dresses, obviously, but, just like random stuff going on where I'd be like, wait, did I leave the stove on? And it's just like a completely random I did make a mistake today. I left my curling iron on. So we good? There's no smoke coming out of the house? There's no smoke. Okay. Everything's all good. Yep. All right. Coach Woods is someone who I've known for her entirety with the CMR Lady Rustlers so far since she took over for Hiller. And Hiller I knew. I mean, how well did you know Hiller before you made the transition? I knew him very well. I think he was a great coach for us during the time. I loved him, but I also love Coach Woods a lot. So I'm really glad that she's my coach.
What's been the biggest takeaway from each one for you as far as life, the game,
I think Coach Woods, she makes us run more, which I think makes us better. And I think we can take a lot away from that and make sure that we lock in and be ready for every game. Coach Hiller, I think he didn't make us run a lot, but he also made us ready mentally and preparing ourselves for going to state and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I only had him for 1 year. I've had her for 2. So.
All right. So questions like this next one, I always have to be very delicate with the girls because for the boys, it's easy. I can be like, who snores the loudest on the bus?
Oh.
Or, who has the funniest laugh? And I'm not trying to call anybody out. So who has, I guess, the messiest locker in the locker room? Somebody said you.
That might be me.
Is that show of hands from the audience? Is it unanimous for Malia? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. What's is there anybody with a habit that drives you nuts on the team, like chewing gum loud? And thank you for not this time.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. So I went back and I was like, "Wow, I had gum in my mouth." So, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are tough to do these questions with because I don't want anybody to develop like a complex or something or have like a really bad practice the next day. The boys are easier because they'll pick on each other all day. All right, who is your go-to other than Kaylee, obviously?
Taya.
Yeah, why is that?
I think we're best friends off the court and we spend a lot of time together and I just love being her teammate.
Okay.
And she's a great player. She's really good. So.
Have you guys ever played dodgeball? Is she your number one pick? Your first
dodgeball?
Pick? Yeah.
Oh, spike ball. We need some work on that. But yeah, we do a lot of other activities together, like pickleball too.
Okay. She's shaking her head like, what? Well, you guys have Billings Senior, not West, even though is that your big opponent? That's
West?
That's
no,
not Great Falls High?
It has to be Gallatin.
Oh, okay. They're spreading the love around the rest of the schools in the state as far as who they like and don't like. I could see Gallatin. I can see West. So did you circle the Gallatin matchup on the calendar then?
Gallatin.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, my cousin does go to Gallatin, though. She plays basketball. Jada Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's my cousin. So
okay.
I love her.
Just not their volleyball team.
Yep.
All right. So, and that senior is Friday? Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. Thank you, Coach. I'm glad you're still here. All right. So the CMR Lady Rustlers against Billings Senior Saturday. You guys are 7-0. You had a great East-West crossover. Maybe not the best practice today, but you guys are a great looking squad. I was excited, the most excited I've been to watch volleyball in a while. So thank you for that. And then you're going to enjoy the last ride. And then it's off to Carroll where you reunite with a sister and hopefully have another great run at the collegiate career.
Yes,
so I'm excited for you.
Thank you
very much. And so that'll do it for another edition of the Coaches Show. Once again, we're live at Stadium Sports Bar and Casino every Monday from 6 to 7 with the coaches and players from around the Great Falls area. Next week, we will switch gears once again. We're going soccer. It'll be Great Falls High girls soccer. Coach Fowle will join me with some of his players. So if you guys are soccer fans or enthusiasts, tune in for that one. But it's been a great time to talk volleyball with the Lady Rustlers. I'm learning so much. Thank you. Great performance. Again, player of the game, first female this year, and the fire performance of the week.
Thank
Malia Allen. That's right. One more time for her. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. All right, so that'll do it for the Coach Show. Tip your wait staff. She's a former Rustler, so you got to love that. Thank you, Jenna. You're awesome. And enjoy the rest of Monday Night Football. We'll see you guys next Monday.